amazing 9 days that I was there. The concert was incredible. It was so beautifully curated, and I think it was very moving to be in the heart of Istanbul in this 2,000-person auditorium where Armenian language was being spoken, the songs were being sung in Armenian, and the audience was mostly Turkish. And it was very moving. And the whole week was sort of that way. We were working with sort of like-minded citizens in Turkey who were there with us as a sort of to stand in solidarity with us, you know, on this really important centennial.
I just spoke with Taner Akçam, and he said he would like to see Armenians cooperate with civil societies in Turkey, bring the people together, and you were able to promote that, and you were there for the April 24th demonstration. What do you think about that?
Well, one of the things that we were saying with the partners that we were working with, you know, human rights activists in Turkey and arts groups, and I met all these artists and radical professors and graduate students, and we wanted to think of this as a beginning. You know, the centennial is the beginning of something, this kind of working together, this co-resistance, as I call it. Co-resistance to denial and erasure, and, you know, having a common understanding of the history and trying to, you know, move forward in a common history.
What was the feeling like to be there in the middle of Istanbul with quite a few Armenians and non-Armenians on April 24th out of all the days?
Well, I'll tell you a story which was, to me, you know, we went to a number of locations. The local Istanbul Armenian community wanted to have, we met them at 10 in the morning outside the home of Gomidas and Rupen Sevag, because they were putting plaques in the sidewalk. So we started there, and then our group ended up going to Haydarpasa, which was the train station where the intellectuals went before they were deported from Istanbul. And there were about 300 people there, mostly Turkish. You know, we had, maybe it was more than 300, we had about 200 Armenians, and then the rest of them were Turks and Kurds and Assyrians and Greeks, you know, holding photos of the Armenian intellectuals. And also, my favorite sign was, "This building is a crime scene," which was very good. And then that evening we went to Istiklal near Taksim for a solemn commemorative service, and we were all gathered there doing this Armenian wishing tree ritual where we were tying fabric onto this sculpture of a tree, and then all of a sudden we heard chanting approaching, and I was worried, and I turned to someone and said, "What is that?" And they said, "It's the right-wingers, like the Turkish nationalists," and the police had sort of cordoned the area off so they couldn't reach us, but I heard this chanting coming, and I was in a terror, I was in a panic. Not that I thought they could get through the police, but just the idea there was this sort of wave of hate on the other side of the police line. And I was there with Arsene Kanjan, I don't know if you know Arsene, and she's so feisty, she was like, "Where are they? I'm going," and I grabbed her coat, I was like, "Arsene, don't go, don't go." And then she screamed, she said, "They're with us." And it turned out that it was actually this young group of Armenians called Nor Zartan, who had organized a contingent of 1,000 young people, like Gezi Park protesters, Kurds, Turks, Armenians, Assyrians, who were marching to join us, and when they arrived, they were carrying signs that said "Menk Hossein." So we all all the women around it, we all started crying just out of sort of joy and relief to see those beautiful signs in the street of Istanbul.
Nancy, many people will be watching this video, and my next question, the heaviest, is what's next?
You know, I can't say Project 2015, which is the group I was working with that organized, you know, 200 Armenians to fly in from 20 countries. We're having our board meeting, a board call on Sunday, you know, this Sunday, just to discuss what the next steps are, because people who were there want to go again, and people who weren't there are asking if we're going to go again next year. So, you know, I'm not sure, but I think we're going to do something.